who else thinks in 20 years, in 2017, is going to be known as a classic? Because I think it is, and I think that it's widely underrated for what it gets. A lot of people think it's very good, but I think it is really great. Yo, what is up, internet strangers? My name is Gavin, and today we are going to be ranking all 3 It movies. Now, if you see my reviews for all of these, you know there's 2 awful movies and only 1 actually great film that might be my top. Like, this is a very interesting list because there's one of these movies that might be my top 15 favorite horror films of all time, and then you got one of these movies that I think is in my least favorite horror. 2 of them that are my least favorite horror films of all time. And I think if you've checked out my reviews, you know what those films are. So without further ado, let's get into this. Coming in number 3, this is going to shock a lot of people, but I just have to say it. Coming in number 3, it's in Chapter 2. This was an extreme disappointment. I had no hope it was going to be as good as it. I had no hope it was going to be as good as the original, the 2017. But I knew maybe it would be close. Maybe it would at least be a little bit closer. No, it wasn't. It was awful. I think that the cast, of course, is amazing. They're great. They portrayed them perfectly. But everything else. There's a couple good tentful scenes, like the scene within the carnival and like the House of Mirrors. He's trying to come. That's terrifying. But besides that, everything else is just awful. I think the practical effects, terrible practical effects. I think that final battle, how did they bully Pennywise? Like, it sort of makes sense in the context, but it feels like it was too easy. In the book, it doesn't feel too easy, but in here, it feels too easy, and they did it too fast. I felt like the CGI. Just awful. The third act with Pennywise chasing with the sweater, chasing them is just terrible in my opinion. I think that's one of the worst scenes in horror history. Well, actually, no, it's not that bad, but it's really awful. I thought that the characters, they act the exact same. Like, I don't act the exact same as I was when I was like 6 years old, 7, 8 years old. I don't act the same as I used to. But apparently in this, they literally act the exact same. Now, in the book, they act the exact same, but you can see a difference in maturity. In this film, no, they act the exact same, and it's not believable at all, I think. Of course, Bill Hader's hilarious, but at times there's jokes that they should really be playing. Like, I should not be laughing right now. I should not be laughing in this tense, scary scene. And that really made me mad. If you want to check out, I have a whole rant for you. Just go check that out. Overall, a movie I really don't like at all. I'm sorry. Coming in number 2 by a little bit, but not by much, is It 1990. I hate this film as well. These 2 films, this is a really bad franchise. It's a pretty mediocre franchise of being fully honest. There's only one, but then again, there is one really great film, which I'll get to later. You probably already know what it is by process of elimination, but this movie is just a crap 1990 TV film that I hate so much. I think it's so bad in almost every single way. I think that the overall, of course, Tim Curry is great. Tim Curry is amazing. He's the only good thing in this film. Everything else sucks completely. It's just awful, I think. It's, of course, not as bad as in Chapter 2, but it is pretty bad, I would say. The acting is really awful. The thing is, the only thing that holds it up is that when you're laughing. When you're supposed to be scared, you are scared. So I think that's why I give it above edge. I think that overall, just really bad special effects, really bad final scene, terrible acting. It's just a really bad film. Just go check out my review. But coming in at number 1, the only actually even over C in this entire list is It 2017. What a great film. Just a really great movie. It might be my top 15 favorite films of all time. Not my top 15. My top 15 favorite horror movies of all time. It's that great, I think. I think that it just shows at the beginning, we see this. There's literally a scene where a bully carves on the kid's stomach with a knife. It's just brutal. It's a brutal movie, and it's just like, if you can't take brutal stuff, I wouldn't recommend watching this one. But it's just, it takes brutal stuff so well and feels so well, and just Finn Wolfhard, amazing scene steal. He's funny. Like, you can at scenes he feels like he might be the next Eddie Murphy, and he's hilarious. I think he could have a talent in comedy or just horror in general. He's hilarious in this film. And just great. Of course, the performances all really great. They have fantastic chemistry with one another, I would say. There's some pretty good special effects. Some of them are pretty dated, but there's some really great tense scenes, I would say. Some very built tension that this film does have, I would say. And it doesn't have humor with the tension. It has humor placed in the specific plots where it should point where it should be. And of course, yes, you probably know I'm calling out. Sorry about that. But it's just, overall, this is a really great movie. Of course, some of the special effects aren't the best, but overall, it's a really great film. And if you haven't seen it and you're a horror fan, check this film out. So yeah, guys, that is the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.